Hello, hello, and welcome to the call, everyone. Thank you so much for piling on in early. We're so glad to have you. Right now, you should see a simple splash screen just letting you know about the webinar, let you know you're in the right place. We're about 5 minutes away from starting. We're so glad to have you here. If you're looking for the PNC Wired for Success webinar, you are, of course, in the right spot. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be getting started shortly. Today's topic, how to get more referrals. We're going to be getting started in, I think, 2 minutes, and we're so glad to have you here. Thanks for coming. Now, just to test my microphone and audio levels here, but also to let you guys know that, of course, Jim's pretty involved in the webinar as it's going on, but we've got a whole team of people, including me, standing by, seeking to answer questions as you go. If you run down to the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you should see a chat area. Go ahead and just say hi now, or hello, good morning, something like that. You could try it out, just so you know where to go in case you have any questions. If it's applicable to the group, we do try to bring it up, and Jim can go into greater detail. If it's a simple question, many times we can just answer it right there in the chat. Now, if you don't see the chat, the GoToWebinar meeting panel has a tendency to minimize. You maximize it by clicking on a red arrow button. It will maximize. You go down the page, and you'll see a chat section that you can actually pull out of the chat, or you can chat right there in the small docking bar. Okay, so great. People are hearing me. We're excited to go. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Hello, Vertice. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Judy. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll be getting started shortly.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, welcome. I was just about to introduce you. Great to have you here. Let's get started right on time. Everyone, this is the PNC Wired for Success webinar series. Today's topic is referrals, and as always, our host is Jim Marks. Jim, welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great.
I'm trying to find my viewer. I think I'm seeing your viewer here. I had this up. I'm working in a little different format today. I'm trying.
What I'm going to do here is make you the presenter.
Let's do
that. That might suddenly change your screen, so just be aware of that.
Yeah, let me make sure that I'm showing the right screen here. So let's.
I see Kelly, Graham and Kelly. There you go.
You got it? And is it full screen?
It looks great.
Look at me go. So because these webinars have gotten so popular, they're under huge scrutiny now. So many people are watching them, and we need to make sure that the approved copy of the webinar is the copy that I'm giving. So we're PDFing everything now. And believe it or not, being the tech guru I am, I haven't done a lot of PDF and PowerPoint. So this is new to me, but I love the way it looks. It's full screen and crisp, and we can get cooking. Are you guys ready?
Standing by to answer questions, so let's do it.
So, holy cow, Ryan, this is not lost on you because we met this weekend, but it is almost the end of Q3. The third quarter of 2015 is almost over. That is shocking to me. I mean, it was January, like 4 days ago, and now it's the end of September. For me, being a speaker, I always have a bunch of time off right in the beginning of September, so it's super, super nice. And the beginning of October means I'm back on the road because real estate conventions happen, so, you know, October, November, December, so I'm busy for the end of the year. But man, this year it just flew by. So for all the real estate professionals that are on the line right now, understand that we're you know, you've got kind of 2 months left really to perform for 2015, and December is about planning for 2016. So we need to start thinking about 2016 right now. You need to start looking at your numbers and your production and see how you've done this year, and realize we've got 60 days to close up a bunch of business and make 2015 the best year ever. In addition, it's time to start reflecting on 2015 and figure out all those things. Did you move your business forward in 2015? Did you make the architecture and the structure of your business better? Did you spend more time working on the business this year than you did in the business? Because as real estate professionals, it's so easy to get up every day, open our email, the day's gone, and all we did was work with clients and sell houses, and we didn't build the infrastructure that we need to make sure that one day we're creating a real estate business that not only will support us without constant prospecting, but actually is something that is bringing in enough recurring business that has a value to it, that we could sell to a new incoming real estate professional. We are watching more and more of our clients literally sell their business. It might be an earnout, but we're watching people make hundreds of thousands of dollars passively as they kind of move out of the real estate business and into retirement, this is a new thing for 2010 through 2015. So one of the ways that you do that is by making sure that the lion's portion of your business, 50%, 60%, is on automatic pilot, and it's coming out of referrals. And we talk a lot about referral business, but far and away for most real estate professionals, in fact, for some too much, it's the biggest portion of your business. Referral business should be in a very healthy real estate practice, should be about half your business. Now, for some of you, it's 90%. And if it's 90%, that means you're not getting enough business from the internet and cold calling and door knocking and whatever other stuff. You're not getting enough prospect business. Half of your business should be prospect business. Half of your business should be referral business. Just a little tiny bit of housekeeping before we get going. Remember, back in the day, for some of you who have been with us for 4 and 5 years, this used to be a free-for-all. We used to be able to leave everybody unmuted, and if you had a question, you just asked. I actually really loved that. But now with hundreds and hundreds of people on these webinars, we just can't do that anymore. So we have you muted. You can raise your hand. You can ask a question. We have a team online. You will get your question answered. Ryan, I saw when I popped on there was a question about somebody who wanted that free, who wanted the free home value guide tool for a month. Did you see that?
Yeah, I responded.
Awesome.
I let them know that they can check it out on Home Value Guide.
So, I mean, that was a long time ago we offered that, but let's just make it happen. That's awesome. So why are you here today? Look, there are a ton of webinars out there. There are a ton of real estate webinars out there. And look, if you want to learn about new technology or social media or inbound marketing, you can do that. There's lots of places that'll give you these 30,000-foot views on new technology. We're not that webinar. We are a webinar that every single month shows you a specific strategy, and we expect you to block out the time after this webinar to execute on this strategy. I'm going to give you knowledge today. I'm going to show you how to increase your referral business. But the knowledge is worthless if you don't execute. And what makes me crazy excited is when I'm out on stage someplace and I'm teaching something and somebody comes up after my talk and says, hey, look, I saw you teach this in a webinar a year ago. I executed it. I increased my business by 15 sides this year because I'm getting more referral business or more online business or closing better, or that's what these webinars are for. Every single month, we teach one key strategy that's either going to help you drive more traffic, either to your website or to landing pages. It's going to help you create conversion for that traffic. In other words, you're going to be able to take that traffic and have them raise their hand, self-identify, become a lead. It's going to help you retain that traffic. The people you don't close right away, the people who don't become buyers or sellers, you're going to retain them. And these three things combined create real business. Our goal for you is very, very simple. We want you to write more business year after year simply because you attended, learned, and executed these strategies. These are the same strategies that our clients are paying thousands and thousands of dollars for us to execute for them. Every strategy that we teach on these webinars has been tried, tested, and proven. Look, if you've been with us all year, you have changed your business. In January, we taught you how to get 30 listing leads every 30 days. Like that alone, if you're getting 30 listing leads, that's where by the end of September, that's 270 listing leads you would have gotten from that one strategy. If you close 5% of those, that's 13 listings. 13 additional listings that you wouldn't have gotten if you didn't execute on January's strategy. In February, we showed you how to digitally dominate your farm so that people in your farms see you everywhere. Everywhere they go online, they see you everywhere, and for very, very little money. In March, we taught you how to grow the biggest sphere of your life. We're going to cover a bunch of that today. In April, we taught you how to gain huge exposure on YouTube. In May, once you have a listing, we taught you how to turn every listing into 3 sides. In other words, every listing you get should give you 2 buyers. So every time you get a listing, you should be getting 3 complete sides from that listing. In June, we taught you how to use email strategies. I mean, email marketing is age-old as it is an absolute must for every single real estate professional. In July, we taught you how to create a ton of traffic, and in August, we taught you where to drive that traffic, which is how to build killer landing pages so that your traffic converts to leads. So look, every single one of these months were just unbelievable strategies, and if you even just did January, February, March, May, July, and August, your business has completely been transformed. I mean, the amount of business you are doing has increased, and this is where we go into team building and start hiring more people or building our team so they can handle this type of business. Ooh, what just happened here? Okay. So our goal for today, we want to talk a ton about referrals. And referrals are built from your sphere. I mean, you don't get referrals from people who you don't know, right? So anybody who's in your sphere, we need to understand the value of sphere retention and how to build a referral strategy from your sphere. Here's a recap really quickly. 91% of customers say they would refer somebody to you. 91% of customers say they give a referral. Only 11% of salespeople ask for referrals. So we've got 91 people out. 91% of everyone you've ever had a meaningful real estate conversation with says they would give you a referral. But only 11% of real estate agents are actively out there asking for referrals. Remember, referrals come from your sphere, so you have to be continuously growing your sphere in order to continuously grow your referral business. You need to make sure that you understand that the goal of a real estate professional, besides selling houses, which with our clients we consider that almost secondary, that will happen, is making sure that you have a sphere, we call it a database, and that database is growing monthly. If it's 600 people in your database today, it better be 620 at the end of this month, 640 at the end of next month, 660 at the end. We need to make sure that your sphere, the amount of people that you are touching with your sphere retention and sphere growth strategies, is growing on a daily basis. Look, growing your sphere is not that difficult, and the most successful agents, the agents that are writing $50 million, $75 million, $100 million, $200 million in sales a year, are not working 20 times as hard as you. You know, I read this report that the average CEO earns 331 times as much as the average worker. Well, clearly they're not working 331 times as hard or as much. It's absolutely impossible. What they're doing is they're working smarter. They're making sure that they are leveraging the time that they're investing prospecting for new clients by retaining those clients, getting them into their database, and creating a referral program from them. The problem with real estate professionals, and what we see a lot when people come to us, is they're all hell-bent on prospecting and getting new business. They get up every single day and try to figure out who their new buyer and seller is going to be. What they do is they prospect and prospect and prospect, and they keep doing that over and over and over. But what we need to do is concentrate on how we grow our sphere and then how we leverage that sphere in order to make sure that people are referring us and we're getting non-sphere referrals from our sphere. Remember, your sphere is the only thing in your business that has a one-to-one relationship with your income. There's no activity, there's no other thing you can do to increase your business like increasing your sphere. In 2016, if you double the size of your sphere of influence, you will double the size of your income. It is just that simple. One of the big kind of crimes, one of the big sad things that comes out of the National Association of Realtors survey every year is they've always show this statistic where 88% of buyers and sellers stated on the day they closed that they were happy with the real estate professional and they would use them again. So 9 out of 10 people, when they close their house or when they're no longer working with an agent, when asked, say, yeah, I would love to work with that agent again. But only 21% actually do. Out of the 100% of people who work with an agent, 88, 9 out of 10, say they would work with that agent again, but when they actually go to hire a new agent, when they do their next transaction, only 21% actually do. Let that sink in for a minute. That means 3 out of 4 clients that you've invested time in, 3 out of 4 clients that you've had a meaningful real estate conversation with, that were at one point in your sphere, whether they knew it or not, are leaving your sphere and doing business with somebody else. That is an absolute crime. Imagine if anyone you've ever had a real estate conversation with, or anybody that you have ever bought or sold a house with, was firmly in your sphere, and you knew for a fact that 9 out of 10 of them, anytime they decide to buy or sell a house again, would call you. Imagine what that would do to your business. See, your sphere is not only your best source of direct business, but it's also far and away your referral base. Look, this is how we get referrals. We don't have the ability to get referrals from people that we have never made an impression on. First and foremost, you make an impression. And secondly, those people refer other buyers or sellers to you. This is what's called business leverage. We leverage the people who we have made an impression on so that when they have an opportunity to refer us, we are first and foremost in their mind, and it's an easy referral for them to make. So these people, the amount of people that are in your sphere directly affects your referral base, right? So we did a lot of work to get these people into our sphere. We did print advertising and door hangers and magazine ads and newspaper ads, and we did, you know, if you just did all the strategies that we've talked about this year, that is an immense amount of work. It takes a lot of work to actually turn somebody from somebody you don't know into a buyer or seller, or into somebody that you know when they hit the tipping point to buy or sell a house, they would ultimately choose you. These are people who are in your sphere. So with that said, what I want to ask you today is, how big is your sphere? When you think of every single person that you have ever done business with, if I told you the only people that you could count in your sphere are people that when they decide to buy or sell a house would choose you and only you, how many people are you 100% certain would A, choose you, or B, refer you? How many people on this call actually have a database that they are working every single day? The focal point of your business is your database. You don't get up every day and wonder where your business comes from. You get up every day, you look at your database, you know that's where your sphere business is going to come from, and that's where your new referrals are going to come from, and you work that database. So anyone we have a meaningful real estate conversation with, we can assume that they are in our sphere. Our job as real estate professionals is to keep people in our sphere. Make sure that anyone that we've ever done business with, anyone we've had a meaningful real estate conversation with, anyone who is in our personal sphere, professional sphere, friends of friends, anyone who knows us, basically, not only did we put them in our sphere, but we can keep them in our sphere for the lifetime of our business. This is the single most important rule in all of real estate. This is the thing that actually determines the 50, 100, $200 million producers from everybody else. What percentage of people that you have had a conversation with or that should be in your sphere is firmly in your sphere, and if they decide to buy or sell a house, will call you. When we have new clients come to Virtual Results and we go through their database, if they have one, it's shocking to them. Actually, if we ask that question, are you 100% certain that everybody on this list, when they go to buy or sell a house, would call you or only you? How few people. We have people who come to us that have been in the business for 20 years. And by the time we get through their entire database, we're down to 50 people, 60 people that they actually know would hire them and only them. That number has got to be 500, 800, 1,000. That's what a successful real estate business is, that one day could be, that can support you without prospecting and could be actually sold to a new agent, actually can bring you income in your retirement. And that's always our goal. We want to create a real estate business that supports us, not a real estate business that we have to get up every day and support. So Ryan and I have, over years and years and years, have tried every single thing we can try to figure out, once we have a real estate conversation with somebody, how do we keep them firmly in your sphere? And look, we've done refrigerator magnets and buyer and seller tips. We've done virtually everything, every trick, gimmick, broadcast that we can do. And the one thing we have figured out, the only thing that will keep people firmly in your sphere and ensure they are referring new business to you, is conversation. We have got to be speaking to the people that are in our sphere, one way or another. It's important that we are having conversation. So we've got to figure out a way that we can take those 50 people that are in our sphere today, build that sphere to 500, 800, 1,000, and still maintain a conversational relationship with everybody in that sphere. And that has been a challenge for us for a long time. The importance of that sphere is exponential, because not only do those 800 people or 1,000 people or 2,000 people, not only do we need to make sure that when they buy or sell a house, they call us, but we need to make sure that, you know, each one of those people has 50 or 100 friends. And we need to make sure that when any of their friends, anyone in their sphere, goes to buy or sell a house, that we get that referral. We need to make sure that we are front and center on their mind in a manner that makes them want to refer us. And we can't do that just manually. We don't have time. Excuse me. If your sphere is 800 people and you know you have to have conversations with everybody in your sphere, we don't have time to pick up the phone and call every single one of those people. We need to use technology. We need to use a strategy that's going to help us keep in touch with every single one of those people, again, in a way that both they will buy from us and more importantly, that they will refer us. Now, we've got a very cool way to do this, and I covered this back in February, so I don't want to spend a huge amount of time on it. But back in the day, in social media, we used to have a term called IRL. And what I would do is I would jump on Facebook or I'd jump on Twitter and I would say, I am so excited. This weekend, I'm going to see Ryan Rockwell, IRL. And that was in real life. And what that meant is, you know, I had this relationship with him online and social, but now I'm going to meet him in person, and that was a different relationship. Today, that's not the case. For those of you who are on social, you know that the conversations you have in social are real life conversations. If you and I are on Facebook and we start direct messaging each other, that's just like a conversation. That's the same as me picking up the phone and calling you. That's a real conversation. The cool thing about it is it's efficient, it's effective, and I get to actually talk to you about something that's important to you. Let me ask you this. How many of you, I assume everybody now on this call has a Facebook account. And when you, Facebook over the last, call it 2 years, 18 months, has really made a big change. Facebook used to be, just 2 years ago, when you launched your Facebook and you looked at your news feed, what we call your wall, what you used to see there were your friends. What you used to see there were people you knew who were having conversation. Today, that's not the case. Facebook has expanded dramatically the amount of people that they will put on your wall. So today, most of us, and I'm sure you're exactly the same, most of us, now when we look at our wall, when we look at our news feed, it's almost more entertainment than conversation. We look and there's videos and images, and some of them are from people we know, but the vast majority of it is people we don't know, and it's stuff that we look at, and it's become entertainment. So let me ask you this. When you launch your Facebook and you look at your wall, if you're like me, what's there is like, I don't know half those people. And that doesn't make me feel like I'm being social. It doesn't make me feel like there's conversation there. But if you post something, if you jump on Facebook and you post a status update, and somebody comments on your status update, how does that make you feel? So what happens now is when you launch Facebook, you've got this wall that's filled with videos and cats hanging on chin bars and all that stuff that's entertainment. But then you've got a little red notification ball, right, that's up on top, and it will tell you that somebody has commented on your post. Every single time you see that notification, A, you're going to click on it, and B, you're going to go read that comment. And the people who are commenting on your post are always your friends. When you read when you read the comments on your post, like here, here is my wall on the left, and on my wall, if you'll notice, these are just people I don't know, and it's stuff I don't know about. On my comment, though, I know every single one of these people. They're all my friends, and I get a way different feeling from people who comment than people who post. The key to Facebook is not creating content for Facebook. Understand that there's more content created in any 48-hour period today than was created from the beginning of time to 2003. There's so much content created today, it's unbelievable. We can't keep up. We can't stand out if our goal is just to create content. But if we can have conversation with 300, 500, 800, 1,000 people, if we can stay in somebody's frontal lobe by having a conversation with them about something that's important to them, that is how we build a sphere, and that is absolutely how we build the most efficient referral business that we can possibly build. The problem, though, is how do we do that? Like, how do we, when we look at our news feed, if our goal is to find our sphere on our news feed and comment on their posts, we would have to scroll down and down and down and down and down just to find people. It would be incredibly time consuming. Fortunately, we don't have to do that. Now, I taught this theory in February, so I don't want to spend a ton of time on it today. If you need to, just go back to the PNC website and you can pull this particular strategy out. But this is far and away the most effective sphere building and the most effective referral strategy that there is in real estate. Look, I don't care if you guys do social media. I don't care if you tweet. I don't care if you do Instagram. But if you are not using Facebook lists to put every single person in your sphere in a list, click on the list and comment on their post, you are missing one of the most low-hanging fruit, effective ways to create a referral business in all of real estate. See, what Facebook did is they created this feature. And the way the feature works is it's really simple. You can create a list. For example, if you look here, I have got a list. It's called influencers. You can see it right here. And what happens is when I launch Facebook, I get the same news feed you do. I get I get a news feed that's got every single person. In fact, half the people I don't even know on it. But if I simply just click right here, if I simply just click on this list, the one that says influencers, something amazing happens. My news feed changes so that the only thing in my news feed are the most recent status updates, the most recent posts from the people in that list. So if I take my entire database, I upload it into Facebook, I create a list called current clients or sphere of influence. I put them all in that list. I've got 50, 500, it doesn't matter. I get up in the morning, grab a cup of coffee, look at my news feed, which is so not valuable to me, then I come over here, I click on that list. What happens is absolutely amazing. I get an entire news feed of just people in my sphere who are posting about things that are important to them. And I get to quickly comment. Just go down the list and comment about things that are important to them. Wow, that was an amazing vacation. What beach is that? Man, I can't believe John just graduated from college. How time flies. And I literally get to stay in their frontal lobe. It's also an amazing place offline because you can see what they're posting on. You can then go to your direct message, and that's where you have the ability to be one of the to ask for referrals. You can start a conversation by commenting. If they comment back, what we do is we promote and comment in public, and we sell in private. So then we simply go up to the, we click on their name, we go to their direct message, and we just say, just a reminder, I'm out here buying and helping people buy and sell a house. Do you or anybody you know? Are you or does anybody you know looking to buy or sell a house? We can literally ask for referral in the DM. We don't want to do it in public. We don't want to do it as a comment. We want to comment about the things that are important to them and ask for referrals in private. So again, super simple. You can literally just create, I would create, frankly, 3 lists, but you can create 1 if you want. if nothing else, create a list for everybody you've ever done business with and call that list My Client. So here's how we do it. It's super easy. Literally, just come down to where it says Friends in the left column. If you hover over Friends, you're going to get a little More link. Click on that More link, and you're going to get this screen right here. Simply click on Create List, and you're just going to name your list. One of the things that I want to show you that's really important is Facebook with those lists. Facebook will like if you create a list, it's called Current Clients. Facebook will add or subtract that list from your friends list kind of at will. But what you can do is if you go into the list, if you go into the list and add it to favorites, it will show at the very top. It will show at the, see where my list up here says Current Clients? It will show up there, which is, and it will always be there. It will never move. You can totally edit, by the way, that entire area at the very top left. You have the ability to put whatever list you want. You can see how I've customized mine, and you can do that just by adding favorites. Then just add people to the list. Now you can do this in mass. You can upload your database to Facebook, but you want to make sure that everybody you've ever had a meaningful conversation is here. And I want you to spend time every single week thinking, who are the people that should be in your sphere? What are the opportunities that I have on a weekly, monthly business to grow my sphere? Remember, Ryan and I call this a database, but you should be growing your database every single month. You should know the amount of people who are in your database. These are your referral opportunities, and you should know you should have a goal for how many people you are going to grow your database by monthly. It can be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And you need to be contacting these people. This should be your prospecting efforts. Again, not necessarily to find buyers or sellers, to get people into that database who will become referral partners for you, and also, of course, will one day buy and sell a house from you. So who are these people? Please, everybody, grab your phone right now and take a picture of this slide. This is a super important slide. Every current or past client should be in your sphere. All your friends, your family, and any acquaintances you have should be in your sphere. Any LO, every loan officer you've ever done business with, and frankly, even those who you haven't. If there's a loan officer that could one day do business with you, or that you know, or that comes to your office, make sure that he or she is in your sphere. Your home inspectors need to be in your sphere. Your pest inspectors, anybody who works on houses, anyone you're referring to your clients, whether they're carpet cleaners or contractors or carpenters, every one of those, anyone who you know that you could one day refer business to should be in your sphere, and these should be people that you are leveraging to make sure that they are creating referral opportunities for you. Anyone who you are doing advertising with, certainly, case in point, you know, Ryan and I have hundreds and hundreds of clients. Anytime I get somebody who needs a real estate professional, it's the first place I look. I go to the geography that somebody needs a real estate professional in. I look at our clients. They're doing business with us. I want to give them business, right? We refer out a lot of business. So whether it's somebody that you're doing tech with, whether it's anybody that you are paying a nickel to should be a referral opportunity for you. Anybody who partners in your business with you should be a referral opportunity for you. Your escrow agents. I mean, I can't imagine how many people send tons and tons of business to LOs and escrow and never ask them for referrals. You're sending them business. They should be giving you referrals. Your attorneys, your doctors, your financial planners, your accountants, they all have clients that will buy and sell houses and could be referral opportunities for you. So what I want you to do is snap a picture or write everybody on this list down. Right here, my gut feeling is there is at absolute minimum, there are 300 people right here that are probably not referring business to you that could. If you list every single person in every one of these categories and then reach out to them and make sure A, you're getting them into Facebook, and B, I'm going to show you another really cool referral strategy. This will change your business just by asking. So first thing you want to do is when you have that list, you want to simply just find. All you do is you go through that list, do 10 a day, 20 a day, 30 a day, type in their name. When they come up on Facebook, all you want to do is push this add friend button and send a friend request. Look, if they know you, if you've done business with you, if they're a friend of a friend, there is a 90% chance they are going to accept your friend request. If they accept your friend request and you put them in your sphere of influence list, anytime they post, you will see their post and you can comment on their post in just seconds. And again, this creates top of mind, and this creates a huge referral base. Keeping top of mind with people you're not top of mind of today is what builds your referral business. Absolutely imperative. When you run into them, if you're at a mixer, if you're at a party, if you're one of the things that we don't do enough of real estate professionals is make sure that when we leave somebody we've had a real estate conversation with, that we can get in touch with them again. You know, it's really awkward to say, can I have your email address? Can I have your phone number? But if you simply just ask this question, do you have a Facebook account? And can I friend you? Almost anybody, if it's an accountant or a carpenter or a loan officer, they're going to say yes and yes. You go home, you search them, you friend them, they accept your friend request, and that is so much more valuable than even an email address or a phone number, because now you have the ability to see what's going on in their lives, and in very little time whatsoever, you have the ability to reach out to them on Facebook and ask them for a referral. And we've got to be asking for referrals on a regular basis. This is the difference. If I'm just sending you out emails saying, hey, if you or anyone you know are looking to buy or sell a house, that's not effective. Your competitive advantage is listening. You can lead because I posted that I just got back from vacation. You can lead by talking about my vacation, something that's important to me. So now you've got my attention because you care about me. And secondly, then you can ask for a referral. But first and foremost, you paid attention to me. You didn't just in your face, I'm talking about vacation, and you call me on the phone and ask for a referral. So the important thing is that we just listen. We add people to this list. We listen, and we comment. We make sure that A, we're commenting, and then B, we're reaching out in DM, in direct message, and asking for referrals. Remember, only 18% of real estate professionals are asking for referrals. You want to be asking for referrals. Make sure people know that you are out there looking for business. And the cool thing is ask and you will receive. Just so you know, this is something I still do on a daily basis. I've got all of my clients sitting in on my Facebook list. I get up every morning, grab my coffee, click on that list, and go through and make sure that I'm touching base with every single thing we have. What most people are trying to do to stay top of mind is post a lot of content. And to be valuable at content posting, to be valuable and stand out, you have to be incredibly interesting. And frankly, most of us just aren't that interesting. Not only that, but you can be interesting for a week or two or a month, but being interesting over time is very difficult. However, being interested, that's just super easy. So when somebody posts, all we do is we jump on and we become interested in the things that they are posting. Super, super valuable. And we have choices. When they post, we can like something, which shows that we're listening. They'll get a notification that says, I like their post. We can share something, which is also just awesome because it will show that we like their post enough to share it, or we can comment on it, which I suggest that you do. Ryan, what time is it?
Well, it's about 9:50, so it's time to wrap it up.
I've got a clock in front of me that says 10:14. It freaked me out. Here's the other thing that you can do that's super valuable with this strategy, and then I want to show you maybe the coolest. I saved it to last. Maybe the coolest tool that like this entire webinar. It's gonna blow you away when you see this next little trick that we've started doing. But the other thing you can do is you can find your VIP clients, the most likely to refer clients. Every single one of us has 20, 30, 40, 50 clients that will refer you any chance they get. So the other thing you can do that's really awesome is rather than just cold calling them out of the blue on a weekend, and saying, hey, John, this is Jim Marks. I'm just checking in with you, seeing how things are doing, and just wanted to say hi and see if you or anyone you know are looking to buy or sell a house. You can actually just do the same thing. You can come to Facebook. You can launch your list. You can go through that list, and you can see what people are commenting on. And for example, if they just got back on a vacation, you can literally call them and just say, hey, John, it's Jim Marks. Look, I was just on Facebook. I noticed that you went on vacation. It looks like you were on an island. I would love to talk to you and find out where you went and how you liked it. Please call me as soon as you get a chance. You actually have a reason now to call them that's important to them. And to finish up, I just want to make one more point. This verbal communication, actually speaking to people, is becoming more valuable than it ever was because we've entered into so much of a digital world. Now that digital, email and texting and all this digital stuff is the norm, when you actually do get a call from somebody, it becomes more special. And what we're finding from our clients is actually this verbal communication is more important to them than ever. And we found a tool that is just awesome for this. So this is a tool. It started out as just a tool where you could call people and leave voicemails without their phone ringing. And it was called Slycast. And all it did is you called them, and it didn't ring their phone, but you were able to leave a voicemail, where they expanded the service. So now it's called, there's a service called Sly Broadcast, and you can You can Google it. It's actually at slybroadcast.com, I believe. And what it allows you to do is enter your entire database into this system, record a single message. Hi, this is Jim Marks. I hope you're having a great Friday. Look, I just wanted to give you a call, say hi. It's been a little while since I spoke to you. I wanted to see how you guys are doing and see if there was anything I could help you with. The cool thing about this is it will dial everybody in your database. It will not ring their phones, and it will just leave them that pre-recorded voice message. So they feel like they're getting a personal voice message from you, only instead of you sitting for 4 or 5 days and making 400 phone calls, you can do this in 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, once a month, you can leave a voice message for every single person in your database. It's absolutely unbelievable. There's never been anything like it before. And this alone, as you grow your sphere and grow your database, this alone will increase your referrals by a ton. This gives you the ability in 10 minutes a month to ask everybody in your database for a referral. That's the difference between, again, 89% of people say they'd be happy to refer you, but only 18% of real estate professionals are asking. You need to make sure that once a month, once a quarter, whatever you're comfortable with, you are asking every single person in your database for a referral, and this is an amazing way to do it. This is, I mean, there is no better efficiency than this. It's absolutely amazing. Ryan, how are we doing for questions?
Very good. There's the, you know, the ongoing and ever-present kind of question about personal versus business page, and should you have, you know, a number of business pages and everything. And so why don't you just go over for a sec again. I believe that this strategy you're talking about is uniquely available with the profile, not a business page.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I'm not a big fan of Facebook business pages for real estate professionals unless you're doing Facebook advertising, which you should be. But as far as, you know, real estate's a personal business. People don't have relationships with your brand. They have a relationship with you. And it's important that you understand that anything you do through your page is going to be way less effective than anything you do through your profile, which is what you're calling a personal page. It's also important to realize that anything that you send has got to fall into one or two categories. It's either got to be conversation. In other words, I'm posting or talking to you about something that's important to you, or it's got to be valuable. So it's important with conversation that you have something that's important to them to speak about, and that's one of the reasons why I keep hammering on this Facebook list. I truly believe that if you're not doing Facebook lists in this day and age, you're just losing business. But we also have the ability to provide value. And just to give you an idea, this is the type of stuff when we're tickling our sphere, when we're sending stuff out to our sphere, when we're DMing or posting on Facebook, and it's not conversation. If we're sending an email, it's really important that we provide value. Keep in mind, there's only two ways to contact your sphere. You either contact them with conversation, or you broadcast to them with value. And by value, I mean a monthly newsletter, a market condition report, a neighborhood something that's sold or listed in their neighborhood, garage sale lists, community events, client appreciation events. If you have a contractor that you can partner with, you can create specials, or you can sponsor curb painting. But again, really important, if you're posting or sending them something or speaking with them, conversation has to be based on something that's important to them. If you're broadcasting to them, you need to provide value. Those are the two big deal. Everything you send has got to be either conversation or value. Now, when you send these, if you do broadcast, and I would hold my broadcast down to once every 3 weeks or once every 4 weeks, it's important, and we've talked about this a bunch of times, that you drive them back to a very specific place on your website. What I wanted to ask today is how many people on this call have a proof of performance page on their website? Not an About Us page that just says we've been in business for 25 years. How many people on this call have a single page on their website that shows black and white why somebody should do business with you? Because that's where referral traffic needs to go to. Case in point, let me show you this. I think I brought one up right. Yeah, here's one right here. So look, this is just a single page on a website, super simple. It explains who we are, what we do, and then look at the numbers here. This is what we call proof of performance. I'm in the top 5% of realtors nationwide. Sold over 300 homes. My list sold price ratio is 101%. I sell homes 25 faster than my competitor, 25% faster. Every single one of you has something, has some specific number or some achievement that you guys can come up with to put on a page that you can send your referral business to, so that when they get there, there's this proof of performance and they know immediately that they should hire you. Of course, on this page, you need to have your contact information just first and foremost. So proof of performance and contact information, you've got to have a page like that on every website. Ensure that that's where, when you send out one of these value pieces, that's where you're driving people. Now remember, this webinar is about strategy. We've shown you 3 different strategies today that will absolutely change both your sphere retention, sphere growth, and most important, will exponentially affect your referral business. You guys, the knowledge you gain today is worthless if you don't execute. What I want everybody on this call to do right now is go to your calendar, block out a couple of hours later this week. If you need more information, come to the replay on Thursday. Thursday at the same time, we'll do the same webinar again. Some people make it on Thursday. A lot of people go to both webinars because they learn more the second time than actually, because these things go pretty fast. We actually covered a lot of information today. But if you're not executing, these webinars are not valuable. If you have any problems, if you have any questions executing on what we taught today, always you can reach out to support@virtualresults.net and we will help you. Remember, the replay from every webinar this month, and I showed you all the valuable webinars we've done so far, can always be found on the pncmortgage.com Agent Alliance website. That's at pncmortgage.com www.pnc.com/agent alliance. Look, you guys, if these webinars are affecting your business, if you are selling more homes because of the strategies you're learning and executing on these webinars, if you have any ideas on how to improve the webinars or anything you'd like to see, if you'd like to see them broken down further or different schedules for replays or anything, reach out to PNC Mortgage. They make these things happen, and it's because of them that I get to share all this valuable strategy that Ryan and I work in the trenches every day executing. So you can always go to PNC Mortgage Alliance, Agent Alliance page and see past webinars. Ryan, how are we doing for questions?
You know, we're doing really well. I think it's all wrapped up, Jim.
Awesome. You guys have a great week. Have a super, super strong end of your 2015. Remember, we've got 2 months of selling and 1 month of preparing for 2016 left. Let's make sure that we make October and November great selling months, and let's not give up in December, man. December is no time for vacation. We need to keep prospecting, keep writing deals, and make sure that we make 2016 the best year ever. You guys have a great week. I hope to see you back here on Thursday.